Oh, the One Boom's new video. Cool. Did he just disagree with me? Hey there, it's the One Boom, and I thought it'd be fun to go over who hates me the most. And this isn't about individuals, this is about groups of people, communities of people, and where my most negative, condescending, degrading, bullshit comments come from. Now, originally I was going to record a whole commentary about COD people or COD players that comment on my videos because COD players are so divided that it's hard to say something that two sides agree with. Then I thought it'd be Counter-Strike fans, because anytime I say something about Counter-Strike, I get a lot of negative comments. But I thought long and hard, and I didn't have to go very far down my main comments list to find which community gives me the most shit. You guessed it, it's the Battlefield community. Now, when I talk about the Battlefield community, look, if you're a part of it, if you consider yourself a part of it, I'm not talking about you. I don't want to round you guys all up and just generalize. So when I say Battlefield community, I'm not talking about the entire community. That's just what I'm going to say when I talk about the people that leave me a lot of shit comments. Okay, so the Battlefield community has been up my ass ever since I started doing more Battlefield content and talking about Battlefield more. The Battlefield community doesn't like it if I say something about Battlefield that isn't inherently positive. It doesn't have to be negative. I don't have to hate on Battlefield, as long as it's not positive, as long as it's not kind to the game. It deserves long, degrading, condescending comments, and yeah, I might sound like I'm bitching, but that's kind of the whole point of the video. It's kind of for fun, so play along. Now, I think the Battlefield community is very strong, they stick by their games, they want to be better, and even though Battlefield 1 is just so blindly loved, I mean, it's been loved since the trailer, okay? People saw the trailer and they're like, this is Game of the Year no matter what's in it or what it doesn't have. And even then, their community is still being very critical of the game, and I'm seeing lots of videos and forum posts about how they want the game to be better and how they should improve the game. So even when Battlefield's at its most high and mighty, and oh, our game's the best this year, they still are very critical and understanding. But the comment jockeys on the Battlefield community side is just, okay, I remember I was talking about, I think, Rogue Transmission and Operation Locker, and how I said most of my time in Rogue Transmission is getting sniped at, and most of my time on Locker is getting spawn trapped. It was just a simple past statement that was just like, oh yeah, when I play those maps it's usually like this. And I got long fucking comments about how I should be playing it better. Oh no, you don't understand, you should be playing it with this loadout and like this and use this equipment and It's kind of like those really polite fuck yous. It's like, oh, I'm sorry if I come off as rude, but you don't know how to play our game. In fact, one of the comments was this detailed way on how to play Operation Locker to not get spawn trapped, and YouTube marked it as spam, even though it contained no swear words or anything that I've ever blocked. It had no links to it. That means that person has written long comments to people on how to play Locker over and over again, just copy and pasting it. But I guess that's not really hate. You're probably thinking the same thing, right? That's not really hate. The Battlefield community starts to hate me, and the Battlefield community gets on my videos and gets pissed off, again, if I refer to it as something not inherently positive. So in the video where I made fun of not Battlefield, but the player base of Battlefield that's like, oh, it's just the best game ever. You don't need to play anything else. And the joke was, Battlefield's better because of like bigger maps and explosions blow things up and pretty graphics, and it just went on from there. But the thing is it wasn't inherently positive. They couldn't realize that it wasn't about the game. And maybe they did realize it wasn't about the game, and it was more about the people that are just so happy with themselves that they play Battlefield. Oh boy, you want to know a real shooter? I play Battlefield, and they got so pissed off. Comments saying stuff like, you clearly have little understanding, or maybe it's just the COD bias in you. Blech. This kind of shit is only ever given to me from the Battlefield community. It's never just an argument or a disagreement. It's this like degrading, condescending, like talking down to me about how I should be playing their game and how much I don't understand it. They have this idea that if you don't enjoy the game as much, or if you don't think the game is God's gift to humans, then you might have a problem. You need to be educated in their ways. and the only people to give me long, detailed explanations of how they play their game. Almost like they're trying to convince themselves at the same time that the game that they play is the best thing ever, and that's only ever come from Battlefield fans on my channel. In fact, I got so many of them so often, I even decided to just debunk one of them, which was the fanboy comment debunked. That one is still one of my favorite videos, even though it's very simply done. It's just a webcam and it's just me rambling. But the way the guy described the video game, the way the guy described Battlefield 4, with his teammates giving him suppressing fire while he spots choppers and picks off people and suppresses high-value targets, it was just, I don't even remember it that much. It's just this oddly specific, like a video game trailer. Like, describing it like it's this hyper-tactical, hyper-realistic thing that is just, unobtainable in any other shooter. Like, why do you feel the need to correct me about Battlefield and then explain to me how amazing Battlefield is? And explain to me how all the players interact with each other and how it's always team-based and always fair and always balanced and always perfect. Now let's talk about the Frostbite engine. See, I've made some comments. Maybe the reason I get so much hate from Battlefield fans is because I do pick on Battlefield a lot just because, of the ivory tower that I see the Battlefield fans yelling at me from. Like, you're not even allowed to have an opinion or open up a topic about their game or even talk about it like it is a game. But the Frostbite engine is something I've complained about a lot on my channel, and the Frostbite engine has issues, okay? If you don't think the Frostbite engine has a list of issues that people know about, then you are really, really, really trying hard to imagine yourself playing a perfect game. In Battlefield 4, Siege of Shanghai, you can walk in to the walls of certain buildings. I've clipped through pillars, I've mantled objects that are blown up, and then as I'm mantling them, the object comes back into full form and shoots my character backwards. The Frostbite engine just has weird, buggy glitches. Or when somebody's really, really far away and it looks like they're just floating and you can't see the cover in front of them or around them, or I even see that on PC. I was watching one of Level Cap's gameplays a while back, and he has an amazing computer and runs the game as high as it can go, and you can still see people kind of like floating in the distance because the game won't render that far. Whereas like GTA fixed that a long time ago. Because game engines are like that. And one of the videos I was going to make was the Call of Duty engine versus the Battlefield engine. And I still might make it just for fun, especially after talking about it here. But people that complain that Call of Duty's engine's old and they haven't gotten a new engine, they just keep upgrading the old one. Well, what the fuck do you think Frostbite 1, 2, and 3 is? It's the same engine but different versions. That's what the COD engine does. An engine isn't like, okay, people are like, oh, instead of taking the engine out of the car and putting in a new one, they're just cleaning it up. Yeah, but it's not like a car. It's software. You can upgrade software, like how the Xbox One used to be really slow and shit, and now it's faster and smoother. Same console, okay? Same basic idea, but it's faster because software can be upgraded. Things can get optimized and glitches can be removed without needing to get a whole new engine. See, the thing is talking about that would piss people off because all they would hear is, are you comparing the Frostbite engine to the Call of Duty engine? No. All I'm saying is engines go through different versions, and not every franchise just takes out this engine and replaces it every time there's a bug. That would be ridiculous. But you can't even talk about the Frostbite engine. That's the thing. It's so strange. It is so strange. And people are so excited about the Frostbite engine still. It's like, dude, the issues with it are so well known. The bugs, the glitches, the weird inconsistencies with destruction, the netcode. There's been so many weird things with Battlefield that a lot of them can be attributed to the Frostbite engine. And see, yeah, I know I just triggered somebody saying that, but it's true. If you play Battlefield, or any game, and you run into a glitch consistent throughout like multiple games in the franchise, that engine has a problem. Just like Halo's engine has problems, and GTA's engine has problems. Games have engines aren't perfect, they all have issues. You can find weird problems with the Titanfall 2 engine, the engine that Titanfall 2 uses, and what? Is that blasphemy? That's the thing, when I say talking about Battlefield like a game, I mean like if you just put it up against something else, like, oh yeah, it has issues like every other game. And I've said stuff like that. Oh yeah, it has its imbalances, but every shooter has its imbalances. And people are like, no, Battlefield has like the best balance out of all the games. If you look at it this way, there's this many guns and these many of them are balances, like a 98% balance ratio, unlike Call of Duty has this many guns and some of them aren't balanced. And it's like, Jesus Christ. The point isn't that it has more or less imbalances. The point is that they both have imbalances. But no, your game's good though. And that's this weird thing that I keep seeing on my channel. But surprisingly, the least amount of hate I've gotten has been actually talking about Battlefield 1. Oddly enough, strangely enough, dissing on Battlefield 1 has gotten me less hate than all the times of me just talking about Battlefield. Like in one of my videos, I had an opinion about Battlefield. I don't remember what it was. I couldn't name one of the weapons, and I got a comment saying, if you can't name all of the guns, you shouldn't be able to have an opinion. You should delete the video. And I just removed the comment. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So I guess you could argue some of these a lot of the things aren't really hate, it's just disagreements. But I have to say, the people that have given me the most shit, okay? The people that I would say if they were in real life, I'd say that person must hate me, because all they do is come to my channel and disagree with me and tell me how wrong I am and how great their game is. I love the Battlefield community, but it's got this defensive side to them that's like, no, you don't talk bad about my game, don't talk bad about my game. And again, basic logic points. All engines have problems. All FPS games have imbalances. All games have lag. I've been argued on those basic things. So yes, in terms of comment jockeys from different gaming communities, I would say Battlefield's given me the most shit. But the one thing I do need to mention, if you've stayed this long and you're staying this long to hear me out, and maybe you're enjoying the video, I'd like to say though, some of it I do deserve. Sometimes I am wrong, sometimes I do come off bias, but I have to let you guys know, I like Battlefield just as much as any other franchise, if not more. But it's really hard to not want to pick on Battlefield and its community when all of my negativity on my channel usually comes from Battlefield fans. Like, oh, you were all alright, you could say whatever you want about anything, but the moment you say Battlefield 1 isn't perfect, the moment you say the Frostbite engine has issues, the moment you say that shit, I can't stand it. Now, the last thing I want to bring up here is skill, alright? Skill has been, oh my god, like, I'm not the best FPS player in the world, and I have one good reason and one admission. Okay, so the first is the reason. I play a lot of shooters, okay? Going from Titanfall to Call of Duty to Rainbow Six to Halo to Battlefield, I get kind of fuzzy on things. I don't sit and play games all day like I used to. I'm not as good at games as I used to be because I don't sit and grind for hours a day. I'd rather catch up on sleep and talk to people and hang out with my family and get videos done. But the thing I have to admit is that I'm just not an exceptional gamer. I'm good, and I've been called like above average by way above average people. Like Exclusive Ace has called me above average, and he is way above average. So, I kind of hold that one pretty high up. I'm not shit at games, but the thing is with Battlefield fans is if you critique their game and then you're not great at it, holy fuck. Holy fuck. I know. It's much easier to diss on a game or have opinions about a game that you're bad at, because when you're good at a game and you're enjoying it because you're doing well, then yeah, you might not feel as inclined to bitch and complain and rant. So they see, oh, his gameplay is less than exceptional, his aim is less than exceptional, can we trust him? The whole, oh, I'm sorry, but Battlefield's all about skill, and if you don't have it, you can't play it well, and you're not going to be able to have an opinion. Sorry, can't listen to you. Your aim is bad. Because again, it can't just be another shooter in my collection. It has to be one that I master before I even think to speak of. Yeah, no, fuck that. And that's why I kind of picked some less exceptional Battlefield gameplay that I just got. I don't know, I thought it'd be more fun. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have nothing against the Battlefield community. I just wanted to talk about the type of people, or the groups of people that give me the most shit, okay? And it's definitely been from you Battlefield fans, and that's fine. I've gotten it from everybody. I make opinionated content, I make ranty content, so I'm gonna get differences of opinion. But if there's one that always has a difference of opinion, and always is contrary to what I'm saying, it's definitely the Battlefield guys. So, I don't know, if you're on a small channel, you should talk about what you've gotten the most shit about. I've gotten the most shit about Battlefield and from Battlefield fans. Let me know in the comment section below what you've gotten shit about, or make a video of it yourself if you're a small channel, or just let me know why you think I get a lot of shit, or let me know if I deserve the shit that I get, because I'm more than welcome to fucking take my beating. Either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you when I see ya. Goodbye!
I bailed because he's a shitty flyer. Flyer. Pilot.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I think I give a shit about your words.
It's like my fucking friend calls Alyssa a drawer. Always fucking makes me laugh.
Does she draw? Is she one that draws?
Fucking got me there. I smacked into a pole.
I'm gonna blow a hole in this fucking door. You just fucking wait. Okay, I'm gonna back up. Alright. I just breached your oh, it's a teammate. Well, never mind. I thought it was a bad guy behind the door. I just, like, breached it. There's a teammate just staring at